Hello and welcome back to another Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, we're going to be speaking about Yorgos Lanthimos, one of my favourite directors' latest film, Kinds of Kindness. But did I like it? Let's get into it. So this is an anthology of 3 different stories around different characters played by the same actors, and it's just showing various forms of kindness, a bit more in the twisted sense, and it's shown in the course of a 2-hour 44 film, but there are 3 mini films during that. As I've alluded to, Yorgos Lanthimos is one of my favourite directors working at this moment. I think his older work, such as, Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, is some of my favourite, and I was excited to see that he was going to come back with the writer of those films and work on this project. I was curious to see what he was going to do. However, I was sceptical, seeing how soon this was going to come after Poor Things. I was worried that it was going to be rushed, and to be honest, I kind of felt that. There were moments across all 3 of these stories that reminded me this is Yorgos Lanthimos, and that comes across in his dialogue, the performances, the absurdity of it all. It was there, definitely. However, it didn't feel fully fleshed out. It felt like little sparkles of who this director and the writer was. It didn't totally work for me. Saying that, I do think the performances from Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons and Willem Dafoe and Hong Chow, I think they all did great jobs. I really think Jesse Plemons was the shining light in this one. He really sort of stood out. Even in those stories where he's a bit more of a passive character, you are watching him in those scenes. There might be various people, the focus is somewhere else, but you're going to be watching him because he just has this ability to draw you in, whether that's from a larger performance or keeping it really minimal. I really think he's, has to be one of my favourite actors working at the minute as well. So to work alongside Yorgos, my favourite director at the minute, and Jesse Plemons, it works. There were definitely moments throughout the film where I was chuckling to myself and other audience members were doing the same. However, this was nothing compared to what I've had with previous films of his. I found humour in the dark elements or, straight up comedy. But this one I really felt it was sort of lacking that comedic element that I wanted. I really thought there was much more of a dramatic tone across these 3 stories compared to the feature films that we've seen previously. I think the detriment of Kinds of Kindness is its runtime. It's 2 hours 44 for 3 stories. That's an insane amount of time. And I think these could have been done in sort of elongated short films, maybe 30 minutes or so, and made that an hour and a half. That would have been really nice. Whether you would have got the same sort of, depth and emotions and character work, I'm not so sure, but I think it lends itself to more of a shorter runtime for each narrative, and a lot more people go and see it because I think a lot of people will be put off by seeing 2 hours 44. Not everyone wants to go and see those sorts of films, so I think this is definitely for the Yorgos Lanthimos stans and anyone else who's interested in that kind of dark humour or, come off the back of Poor Things. They might go into this and be like, whoa, what's this? So it's going to definitely divide people. I'm sort of on the fence. I'm very 50-50. Didn't love it and I didn't hate it. Overall, I thought Kinds of Kindness was okay. It's not one of these films that I'm going to be rushing back to, but I may go back and watch one story, but not the whole thing. Whereas other films such as The Lobster and, Killing of a Sacred Deer, Poor Things, all of these films I absolutely adore and, want to show people. I want to return and just enjoy it and find like a comfort watching it. I can't really see myself doing that with this film. But if you took apart each story and sort of watched them just as they are, I could possibly do that, and I might revisit that when it comes out on streaming on physical. But for me, it's not one that I'm going to be watching again and again. Thank you so much for watching this review of Kinds of Kindness. Let me know what you thought of the film. Did it work for you? Would you have liked to have seen maybe one story as a whole film? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'd love to check those out. Thanks so much for watching this review, and I'll see you guys very soon for another Popcorn Chat.